currently 1:27 a.m. We are on our way to the trailhead, which sits at just above 9,000 feet. It's 58 degrees outside, so pretty good for, hiking. So we just started our trek up Longs Peak. We're currently on the paved section of the trail, or I guess not paved, but So we're at about 9,500 feet above sea level. We're going through the forest right now. We're approaching the Eugenia mine, and we're in sub-alpine terrain right now. We're about just under 1 mile in right now. We're coming up to a little, I guess you'd call it a stream to our right. Still got some going to do, but we're making good time. I think we're getting about a 25-minute mile. So it definitely hurts. I'm definitely feeling it a little bit, especially in the lungs with the altitude, but
we persevere. I think we're still, all things considered, in pretty good shape. There's that little stream, little brook. It's almost like a little waterfall right over there. How you doing, guys? We are almost exactly an hour in. We have gone a total of 2 miles already, which is pretty good. It's about a half-hour mile, which, especially gaining altitude, is pretty good. We don't want to overpace ourselves just because we want to conserve our energy, but with these periodic breaks to stop and film, we're getting in some good breaks, and we kind of feel rejuvenated whenever we take a break. We are, let me give you an exact number according to the barometer. We are about 10,607 feet above sea level. We haven't noticed any huge differences in breathing. We acclimated a couple days ago to alpine terrain, so I don't foresee any problems until we kind of cross the 12,000 threshold. But yeah, we're gonna keep kicking, maybe chill here for just a couple more minutes, get our legs some rest, and then keep trucking on. I want to say we're about another 3, give or take, miles away from the tree line. We'll be above the tree line probably within the next 2 hours.
Right now, just to get my energy up, I'm taking this Cliff energy gel. It's a shot. It's double espresso with 100 milligrams of caffeine. So this is just gonna give me a little boost of activity, and it says to always finish consumption with water, so I'll do that. And staying hydrated is very important here. So yeah. So we just hit the alpine tundra, as the sign clearly illustrates. So we're in a fragile ecosystem here.
How's it going, guys? We just passed about 3 miles in a 10. We're sitting pretty at 3:41 a.m. 11,221 feet above, no, 11,221 feet above sea level. We're gaining altitude quick now, so our pace is kind of slowing down because it's just rocky uphill now, but we're still on track. I think we're going to be at the Keyhole by sunrise, and we'll go from there. We're not sure if we're going to continue. I would like to, and I think that we keep getting like second winds of energy. We're not even completely winded, so we're going to take our protein bar break here in the morning as we're both starting to get kind of hungry. Let that kind of replenish our stores of energy, and we'll keep chugging along. Come up. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. But it'll start to warm up soon, and I think our body will really appreciate it, and sunlight will kind of wake us up and give us another burst of energy. When we reach the Keyhole, we're gonna take about 20-30 minutes, grub up, kind of see where we're at supply-wise, mostly water, or maybe peek through the Keyhole and just see what lays ahead and if we're gonna attempt. like we said before, we don't want to get summit fever, so we're just going to do what we can. Obviously, I think both of us, we want to do it, but we want to definitely stay within our limits and our comfort zone. Of course, with things like this, you got to just exceed your comfort zone a little, but within reason, for sure.
So we're at about 12,500 feet. Right there you'll see Long's Peak with the sheer slab, near vertical drop right there. Right here is Mount Lady, Washington.
We think.
It's one of the other tallest mountains in Rocky Mountain National Park, but we're sitting very, very high. Not too many mountains are even this high in this area, so we got a little ways to go until the Keyhole. I'd say
it's right in the middle of the frame.
I'd call that a mile. I could zoom in. That's the Keyhole. The Keyhole is where you go through and it goes from being a little scary to being very scary, from essentially what I've heard. So we still got a ways to go though. All these beautiful clouds in the sky. Got gorgeous morning cloud cover, and you couldn't ask really for a better day. Nathan here is just putting his windbreaker on because it is.
Yeah, I finally wised up and put the windbreaker on.
It is pretty chilly.
A little bit.
So onward we go.
We're about, I want to say, 12,725 feet above sea level. We are at the Boulder Field campgrounds.
So we're about halfway up the Boulder Field right now. A little log jammed right now, but taking a little breather to kind of acclimate to the altitude. You can see we're at snow level. Actually got to take my jacket off because the sun came out and it's got pretty dang hot. So we'll probably continue on. Final stretch is definitely going to be the hardest, but
we'll give it a go in a bit.
So the rest of the way up the Boulder Field, it was pretty steep, and we tried to make pretty good progress. So we didn't stop for any interviews or voice recordings. But essentially, the camera doesn't really do it as much justice as it deserves, in a sense. It's definitely a lot steeper than it looks here, but I think the fisheye lens on the GoPro we were using kind of made it seem more flat. But we were probably going up 35 degree to 40 degree inclines, so not enough to require a rope and harness, but definitely enough that you need to use two hands. So we were just focusing on getting good footholds the whole time, getting good handholds, and we were kind of placing our feet down a couple times, making sure the rocks were firm enough in the ground so they wouldn't wiggle and possibly loosen, causing a rock tumble or even just causing our feet to get jammed in a loose stone that falls through. But up here we were definitely feeling the altitude, no doubt about it. We made it up to in the end 13,125 feet, which is where you see me sitting right now. And funny thing, I forgot to turn the microphone on, but essentially I'm talking about how we're both feeling kind of nauseous, lightheaded, dizzy, faint. So even though the Keyhole, as you can see right behind me, is only just a few hundred yards away, it's really not worth taking the health risk at all to try and make it up there. So from then on, we began our descent. That's the story.